Okay.
Ooh, that was loud in my ear.
What was? What? Hey, Paul, did I hit record over there? Is it rolling? It looks like it's rolling, yes? Okay. Neato, gang. Neato. Oh, here it is. Okay. Theriot Podcast. All right. I'm going to share. Shelby Kelly. What's up, Shelby Kelly? You want to say hi to Shelby Kelly?
Hey, Shelby.
Kelly. Ryan Peters is watching. You want to say hi to Ryan Peters?
Hey, Ryan. Peters.
You have the same name. You said Peters. It's so funny.
You love that?
Not really.
Let me see here.
All right. Let me go find our open.
This is the Riot Podcast.
This is the Riot Podcast. That was a little C-Mac, a little Carly McCord recording that for us back in the day.
What's Carly doing now that minor league baseball season's over?
She does a lot of stuff.
Huh.
She's in-game host with Saints and the Pelicans.
Oh, nice.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's see. Got anybody else watching? All right. Kyle Pierce, what's up? Chris Keller, what's up? Tracy Morrow, what's up? What's up? Y'all please hit the share button. Be hugely helpful. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Paul, are you ready? Ryan, you ready? People watching, you ready?
I think they're ready.
Is Joe going to throw a touchdown here?
Nope.
Oh,
He
my bad.
should have.
My bad. Jamar Chase is going to knock the ball away from Terrace Marshall. Here we go.
This is the Riot Podcast with Matt Moscona and Ryan Terrio. One is an athlete, the other an athletic supporter. Follow the guys on Twitter at Matt Moscona and at rterrio7. Here's Matt and Ryan.
Okay, Riot Podcast. I'm Matt. He's Ryan. We're brought to you by Henry Homes. You want to build a home, let Henry do it for you. Paul O'Neill is over there directing the video side. Yeah, Rip.
Hey, bro. What's happening?
Well, LSU has the #1 football team in the country. Basketball season's about to get cranked up over there out at LSU, and Will Wade's team is ranked. The New Orleans Saints are 7-1, and Drew Brees is a G. The Astros are about to – I don't really care about the Astros, but Will Harris and Alex Bregman about to win a World Series championship. Anything I'm missing here?
Your jacket.
Do you like it or no?
Erica got you that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
If I had bought it, do you hate it?
No, I like it. I would have been very surprised had you bought that.
Why?
It just doesn't look like something you would buy.
Oh, why?
It doesn't. It doesn't. It's not a golf shirt, and it's not a ESPN pullover. So
Well,
it doesn't look like something you would have. And I guess you don't buy any of that stuff, do you?
Yeah, I do. Thanks a lot, Gordy Rush, for nothing. Yeah, no, so we have to buy all that and then take it and get it monogrammed with the ESPN logos. But I'm always on brand. I could, and this is an ESPN shirt, by the way. This is, look, but I have a stain on it. See it right there? You see that?
Mm-hmm.
I have a stain. Yep. So I was like, guess I'll put on the jacket. So just cover that up. I guess I won't wear the shirt anymore.
I like the jacket.
Thanks. And there's probably people listening to the podcast going, well, why do you need a jacket for a podcast so we can't see the stain we're listening? Well, we're also on Facebook Live. So we're here in the 104.5 ESPN video studio. We're on Facebook Live, and we always upload this to YouTube afterwards as well. So you can watch the podcast if you so choose. So in that, we just zoomed in a little right there. Look to see my stain.
See
you
a little
right there?
cold there, big boy?
I was going to say, Paul, can you look? And then I noticed you could also see a little nip.
Like racer tip.
Like what was exposed in the World Series the other night. Saw that?
Smuggling Tic Tac.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
What did you think of that? The girls from what was the website called again?
I don't know. I saw the website.
Shag something? It
Yeah.
was
Shag Mag.
Shag Mag.
Shag Mag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't get it though. Because you took the shirt off, there's no logo.
Yeah, but it's working. Like it's
guess.
obviously we're talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to dig into it, do all that stuff.
guess.
But had they put a logo on it or something, it would have probably been better. But
Yeah, I guess. No,
I was thinking about it when I saw it happen. Could you imagine if two dudes were back behind home plate and they just
Drop trowel?
drop their pants and it's just wiener on TV?
It has to have happened before. Yeah.
I would think I would know about that.
At some point
know
in the
what I'm
history
saying?
of television, there has been an exposed penis on TV. I tell you this much. I remember a few years back, LeBron was tucking in his shirt, his jersey. Do you remember this? And he didn't have on undergarments. And he went to tuck in his jersey.
Got a
And
little action.
yeah, that became a thing.
So if two guys did that,
Yeah.
they're arrested. Like, are they?
If you get caught, you could be for indecent exposure.
Yeah,
If you get
but I'm
caught,
saying-
but I don't know if the girls got caught in the game because they obviously didn't have those seats the entire game. So at some point they must have got, somebody must have given them their tickets to have access to go sit right there for that point because they weren't there the whole game. And so then that happens. They flash. I'm assuming everybody knows what we're talking about. These two models from this website or this magazine flashed behind home plate of the World Series in Game 5, and now they've been banned for life or indefinitely from Major League Baseball. Which, by the way, how stupid is that?
Yeah, I mean, they
You can
can't.
tell me she can't go to StubHub and buy a ticket to see
Yeah,
the Brewers and the Reds on a Tuesday in June and just sit in the upper deck and
Well, you didn't know they had the guys checking security, like the facial scans.
everyone,
Yeah.
every single person. This
Yeah.
you're banned for life. Okay, she'll probably be at the game tonight.
I hope they do it again. It'd be so funny.
It would be so good.
Yep.
They got it again.
Yep.
But you were asking if that happened.
Yeah, like if two guys did that, I'm thinking they're arrested. Like, and it's a big deal. Like, it's a major deal if two guys did that. I really do believe that.
What's the how do we gauge the difference in how society reacts to breasts and penises? I'm going to say it. I have no problem
Wiener.
saying the word.
Say wiener.
Fine, whatever. You can be
Wieners.
a child. I'll say the words.
Wieners.
Penises.
Penises sounds stupid. The is sounds dumb. If you just say wieners, it flows off the tongue much better.
Okay, wieners.
There you go.
Okay.
I think, I mean, you'd have all the mom websites up in arms. Like, it would be a major deal. They'd be arrested and have to register as sex offenders for sure. Like, it would be a major deal. But because it was breasts, it's not a big deal. Everybody kind of laughs
But I think
it off
it
and
is.
thinks
But
it's funny.
okay, but then if a guy takes his shirt off, perfectly acceptable.
Yes.
Woman takes her shirt off, not as acceptable.
Right.
What's the deal with a woman nipple as opposed to a male nipple?
Well, I think the woman nipple has more functions than the male nipple does.
You can milk anything with a nipple. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? You don't get
What
the
is it? No,
reference.
it's just a movie.
Oh,
Zoolander?
I'm so disappointed.
What is it?
I'm not telling you.
Hold on, Greg. That's a.
This is from Meet the Parents, man. It's Ben Stiller, Robert
Stiller.
De Niro.
Ben Stiller,
He
yeah.
says he milked a cat. He's like, oh, yeah, you can milk anything with nipples. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? Robert De Niro says that to Ben Stiller.
Okay. Regardless, I think it's the fact that the female nipple.
I'm reading the comments on the Facebook stream.
Yeah, it's
Shelby. Ryan said wieners rolls off the tongue.
Okay, Shelby, say penises. Tell me that's easy to say.
Penises. It is easy to
Penises.
say.
Wieners. Which one's easier? Paul?
His microphone's not on.
And he's not participating in this at all.
Do you want to participate, Paul? He said wieners.
It does. It rolls much easier off the tongue than penises.
Okay. But what is our problem societally with male nipple to female nipple to men's genitalia? You know what I mean? It's like that's the super no-no.
Yeah.
Because you're right. I mean, I think if a man was standing behind home plate and exposed himself, that would be super duper like arrested. You're going to trial. Woman lifts her shirt, NBD, but
Right.
you're banned forever from baseball.
Okay. What if a woman drops her pants?
But you see, the thing with that is that there's nothing to see. You know what I mean?
Regardless, if there's something to see or if there's nothing to see, regardless, I mean, see, I think in that scenario, she probably goes to jail.
Maybe.
You don't think so? She gets a pass.
Maybe. Julia Rose is this girl's name. You know the funny thing, though? How about there's one guy. Look at this guy. Making sure we got. Wait, Paul, wait. I want to make sure we have decent. All right, yeah, that's indecent. We're not going to show that. Anyway, this is the guy down the row. Can you show this, Paul, for those watching? That's the guy like 4 seats down from the woman who's flashing. And he looks like he is just appalled. It's abhorrent.
Oh, is he trying to hide his face?
He's like, no!
I want to see that.
It's like, what is that? There's 2 beautiful women exposing their breasts, and you're like, like every other guy. Look at the second guy. Look at the faces of every other guy. They're like, are you kidding me?
The second guy's like, yeah.
They're like, I'm sitting here, I'm at a baseball game, and I'm looking at boobs, and then there's even there's a lady in the back, and she's like, this is so crazy. Look how fun this is. And then this guy's like the one guy in the crowd. I wish I could show you because there's an accompanying photo, but the accompanying photo has the exposed. Yeah. Look, can I just show you this one? Well, you can't see it without Paul pulling it up. But it's like it's a wider crowd shot. Golly, I wish I could edit this to, edit out the part. You know what I could do? I could do this, Paul. There we go. There, that'll work. All right, Paul, you can show this now. I've expanded the shot so it cuts off at the look. Watch. I want you to see this. Okay, so look at everyone else in the crowd. Like this guy's taking a picture. Yeah. Everybody else is looking. Like everyone knew what was going on in this moment.
I see some letters right there. Is that
was the magazine. On her shirt, she had Shag Mag, but she lifted the shirt so no one could see what it said.
It looks like it's on the inside of the shirt.
It's not.
It's not.
She just lifted.
Yeah. Bad planning. But yeah, that guy's hilarious.
And so look at the guy in the back. Look at your boy.
No, he's good.
Oh my God! No!
What are you doing?
Look at the lady to the left.
Put him away!
Look at the lady to the left over here.
Yeah.
She's trying to get a good glimpse.
Yeah. What they got going on?
So good. Anyway. Oh, it's so good. All right. So LSU's got the #1 football team in the country. You excited about that?
Very. I think it's great. I don't like their #1 right now, but I'm glad they're #1, and I think they deserve to be #1.
Okay.
I would just rather them go into Bama when we beat Bama, it'd be like, yeah, take that, Bama. Now we're #1. So going in #2, when we win, now that we're 1, it's just going to be ho-hum, no big deal. We're #1. We should have won. I want to kind of stick it to them a little bit.
Well, I kind of talked about this yesterday on both the Locked On podcast and on AFR. The #1 rank, I'm fired up because I think LSU deserves to be #1, but I can't give the pollsters credit because the pollsters didn't really vote LSU #1. As odd as that sounds. The way that it works is it's a point system, right? So you get so many points for a #1 vote, so many points for a #2 vote, and so on, and they total the total number of points, and that's how you get the total value, right?
Okay.
So Alabama got 21 first-place votes. LSU and Ohio State had 17 each. A week ago, LSU had 16 first-place votes. So in beating Auburn, LSU only gained 1 first-place vote. What happened is, just coincidentally, this was a week where Oklahoma lost, obviously. Mm-hmm. So pollsters that might have had Oklahoma ahead of LSU moved LSU up. So LSU got more 2 and 3 votes this week, not more #1 votes, which is why they moved up. So here's the whole ranking. LSU, see the number in parentheses, is the number of first-place votes. So LSU and Ohio State each got 17 first-place votes. Bama got 21. Clemson got 7. Look at the point total on the right. LSU's #1 in the country with 1,476 points. Alabama, 1,474 points. LSU's only got 2 more points. I mean, it's the narrowest of margins there. And even Ohio State is just 8 points behind LSU. Mm-hmm. So there really is – the pollsters didn't do this. This is just basically based on how the point system works, why LSU. It's the first time since 2014 that the team – that was ranked #1 didn't have the most first-place votes. That was Florida State. Bama was #1, but Florida State had more first-place votes.
Who's the morons that still have Clemson with 7 first-place votes?
What
are they watching?
This is my problem. This is my inherent problem with with pollsters. And this is the way I will always say it. If you were in a coma for 30 years and you woke up and they said, okay, you're going to watch this season. We're going to tell you anything about anything in college football. You have no idea what's happened in the past. You have no idea about anything. Just you started watching game 1, week 1 of this football season. Would anybody have Clemson in their top 5?
No.
No. Not a soul. This is solely based on the fact that they won the championship a year ago and people are married to this idea that defending champ, the number 1, Trevor Lawrence, blah, 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 and that's why they're there.
Yeah.
They've done nothing this year to warrant that ranking. Nothing.
How do you become a pollster? How do you vote?
The Associated Press has a list of credentialed media members regionally around the country that have a vote. So like Brooks Cabina from The Advocate has a vote. There's 62 Associated Press pollsters.
Do they ever fire voters, I wonder?
I believe there's turnover, yeah. I don't know if they get fired, but if there was someone who was clearly doing something that was disingenuous, they could rescind their vote.
Yeah.
Like if you had like Indiana number 1 in the country this week without any reason for doing so, they could rescind your vote. Yeah.
I wonder if that's happened and how often.
I don't know.
I'd like to.
I don't know that. Probably about as often as people flashing behind home plate at the World Series.
They're showing wieners behind the home plate.
Are they?
Or showing wieners.
Oh. Let's do Kick Rocks.
It's now time to Kick Rocks with Ryan Terrio.
Kick rock.
Presented by Roto-Rooter Plumbing.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at? Kick Rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Terrio actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Not going to lie to you.
Don't lie to me.
I thought I had 7 seconds from the time I hit the button till the time it started, and it just went right away.
Oh, man.
So I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to jump you right there.
It's okay.
Shout out to Roto-Rooter.
I had Roto-Rooter out at Traction yesterday.
Did you?
Clean out the pipes.
By the way, go ahead. I have a Kick Rocks. I'm glad you said that. Yep, I got it written down. I'll go last, though, but you can go. It's your segment.
Okay. Really good. It's actually Roto-Rooter segment.
They sponsor it.
And mine.
No, it's your segment, but they sponsor it.
Ours. I was watching the Monday Night Football game last night. Don't know why.
Why? I know.
I mean,
I did because I wagered on the game.
Okay. Well, I didn't.
Then there's no reason you should have watched.
Right.
It was awful.
It was not good.
Nope.
And
Nope.
Fitzmagic is not anymore. He lost all of his magic.
There's no magic.
Yep.
Not
And
magic.
anyway, so I'm sitting there watching the game, minding my own business, flipping between there and Discovery Channel History, or one of them. They had this guy. He's searching for the Mayan gold. Yeah, it was really interesting. Anyway,
that sounds way more interesting than Monday Night Football.
Yeah. So commercial breaks. I was going back. Anyway.
Yeah, got it.
So I did happen to have the TV on the game when they had an instant replay review, a booth review for the Monday Night Football game.
Okay.
And it took 15 minutes.
No, it didn't take 15 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes.
But I know which one you're talking
enough.
about. It was at the end of the third quarter. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
To see if Fitzpatrick had gotten the first down, it was terrible. Yeah. And not only that, so Pittsburgh wins the challenge, and so they move the ball. But then they have to measure the spot.
You take more time.
And so they bring two sticks with chains linked together out to see if they got 10 yards.
Like there's not a lasers.
Because we can't do right. We can't do lasers.
Yeah, we don't want to be precise. We want to do the stupid chain thing. All right. So it took.
I've yelled about that for years. I'm done yelling about it.
It took an hour. The game.
Who am I kidding?
The
Of course I'm
game
still gonna yell about
sucked. I really didn't want to be watching the game anyway, and then that just made it even worse. It's called instant replay. Instant.
Good point.
Like, we go look, we make a decision, and then we move on and continue playing the game.
Yeah.
I'm for replay. I was not for it in the beginning. You remember a couple years back when baseball introduced it, and I was that guy saying the human element and error and all that. I've changed my tune.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good. But in this scenario, in this case right here, it makes it really, really bad. And for baseball, it makes it even worse because it's a slow game already.
Mm-hmm.
And then when things like this happen, it makes it even worse. So it's called instant replay. So I'm thinking we should change the name from instant just to replay.
Yeah, just to replay.
We're gonna do a
video review.
We're gonna do a video. Look, guys, it might take 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It might be. I'm hoping it's under a minute, but it could take 10. So the booth review, that whole thing can kick rocks.
You watched Game 5 of the World Series, yes? When Garrett Cole got a punch
piece McNugget on him?
that was off the plate. And then similarly, just before Carlos Correa's really the game-deciding home run, Blue squeezed the zone a bit. On what K-Zone said was a strike, ruled ball, and then Correa hit a yak. You see that, how you feel about my robo-ump?
Yeah. And Zimmerman got it too pretty bad. Yeah.
So you're for robo-umps now?
Only when it's for the team that I'm pulling for.
Just give me K-Zone. That's all I need. I just need K-Zone. I don't need some fat guy sitting behind, like squatting behind a professional catcher going, yeah, ha, huh. I don't need it. Thoughts up. Don't need it. Bolt loop.
Can we just have him back there, though?
Don't need it. It ain't about you.
It's not. You're right.
I got
right.
I got K-Zone. It could instantly flash the count. Ball strike. We're all good. We're good. Don't need it.
So
Don't need it.
So how does the hitter know if it's a ball or a strike?
Flash it up on the screen.
Well, you're changing stuff. I don't hate it.
But like
I don't hate it.
every stadium has a gigantic video board.
No, they do.
Flash a big K or a B. Easy. Or have K-Zone up there on the screen. Where did it hit? You know, hey, Blue, where was that? Hey, Blue, that was up? Oh, I can't look at you? I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. I can't look at you because then I'm showing you up. So I have to look this way to talk to you. Blue, was that down in the zone? Was that... Seemed like it was a bit inside, right? Am I right? How many times did it?
That's what happens.
Because you can't turn around.
Can't.
If you turn around and look at him, you're showing him up.
Yes.
So there's Terrio fixing his batting gloves, kicking the dirt. Hey, Blue, that looked like that was a little high, man. Where was that? Yeah. How did those conversations? How's that go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't look at them.
Can't look at him.
No, they get pissed. Huh.
No thanks. Get out of here, fatty.
And they are all fat.
Not interested.
And they make a ton of money, too.
K-Zone.
To miss calls.
Just give me
by the way.
K-Zone.
They make about $400K, $350, something like that.
Just give me K-Zone.
Miss call.
I'm good. K-Zone.
Okay, so I talked about this. Talked about this a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to talk about it again, but for a different reason. Nicholson and Brightside.
Yeah. Worst intersection in Baton Rouge.
Okay, it's gotten worse.
No.
Yeah,
How could it get
absolutely.
worse?
It's gotten worse.
How could that get worse?
So the construction, you're familiar, that's going on right there.
Oh, no. I don't ever go that way anymore.
Yeah.
I used to go that way every day to get home. I don't anymore.
Okay, tons of construction.
Since we moved, it's been 3 years.
For the last 2 months, there's been road work right there. They're making it 4-lane.
Oh, that's good.
And
yeah.
a turn lane.
Oh, good. Well, you do. Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Only 20 years late.
Right. Okay. So they've gotten to the point in the construction, in the road work, where they have to close the intersection totally.
Okay.
So for about 4 weeks, you cannot cross the railroad tracks right there. So you got two choices. You either go River Road to Ben-Hur, come back. You can cut through Tigerland,
Okay.
taking your life in your own hands.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. Or you can go. Did
you
past.
ever live in Tigerland?
Absolutely.
I did too.
Tiger Plaza. It was great. Or you can go past Tigerland and cut up by Alec Box to get to where you need to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Got it.
So 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And it is a parking lot. People have no idea what's going on. For the first few days, I think people are figuring out the best ways to get to where they need to go.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough, and I expect it to get better, hopefully, but maybe not. Now, here's my issue with this.
Yeah. Got it.
I rode by at 7:04 yesterday morning. Nobody was working. I came down Nicholson. There wasn't any workers.
Are they doing nighttime work?
I rode by at 8:15 last night. Nicholson.
Oh.
Nobody was working.
Is it a holiday?
Freaking work all night! What are we doing? You've
Yeah.
inconvenienced thousands of people.
Yeah.
Work 2 shifts, you morons. Put the lights out there and work
Get it.
and have it done in a week.
Get after it.
Why would you just work from 8 to 5 on this when you have totally screwed up everybody's morning drive or drive home from work?
Got it.
Work all night. It's what everybody else does. We can't seem to figure this crap out in Baton Rouge. I don't know who's running this thing, but they need to clean it up. They can kick rocks.
It's Baton Rouge, bro. That's all you got? You got more?
I got one more.
Okay. I got one, too.
President Trump and his lovely wife, First Lady, were at the baseball game.
Yeah.
And all you saw was impeach Trump and the chants and the yelling the whole time. And that can kick rocks. Like the dudes there, like watch the game. Go to the game to watch the game. And then there's protests outside because he's there. Then everybody figures out he's there in D.C. because it's a bunch of weirdos. And then they go to the stadium after the game, and then they have their signs and this and that. Go watch the baseball game. Or President Trump, just don't go because you're taking the attention off of the players.
Yeah.
And now it's going back. I think it's a terrible time when that's what happens when the sitting president goes to a game. That's one point. Secondly, I felt bad for the guys there because that's what it turned into. Anyway, that whole scenario and situation can kick rocks. Thought it was stupid.
Did you ever play in a game when the president was there?
I think when we played Texas, who was the sitting president in 11?
President Obama.
Okay.
Did he go? I don't know that he went.
He was Bush, George W. was there.
Bush. Well, yeah, he was there.
I got a picture with him. I got a cutoff shirt. I'm flexing. He's flexing.
No way.
Absolutely.
Are you serious?
I do.
That's a guy. I don't think he drinks anymore because I think it's pretty well documented. George W. Bush had a problem with alcohol, younger life. He was a businessman before he went into politics. So I don't think he drinks anymore. But that's a guy I'd love to just hang out with and have a beer.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Is that all you got?
That's it.
Okay. You, Mac Chuili, Eddie Parfait, everyone else involved in the decision-making process at Traction.
Ryan Clark.
Okay.
Brad Cressy.
You can all kick rocks. Oh. Yeah, all of you. I have been now going to Traction PT, Traction Elite PT, for about a month for my knee. Had knee surgery. And the facility's fantastic. I think Chad does a great job, aside from the fact that he wears Mississippi State stuff, which is...
He's an idiot.
Grow up, come on. But I'm at a point now where I've gotten a little more mobility in my knee. I'm getting way better. I was going to work out, get a little sweat rolling, do the bike for about 20 minutes.
Yep.
I did. And I went to go take a shower. And I turned the hot water on.
Right.
And I waited. And I waited. And I waited and waited. About 5 minutes go by, the water's not getting hot. So I end up thinking, I guess I got to bite the bullet, go take a cold shower, which I did, which is miserable because the worst thing in the world for me is being cold. I hate being cold. Come to find out, you clowns turned off the hot water.
Yes. Yeah.
At Traction.
Yep, we did.
You're idiots.
No.
And you can kick rocks.
No, it's better for muscle recovery.
No, it's stupid. You're either cheap or lazy.
No.
Or just stupid.
Neither. We care about you.
No.
I care about your muscles and your recovery, and that's better for you to take a cold shower. It's scientifically proven.
Please tell me all the times in your professional baseball career that after a game you went and took a cold shower. Never. Ever. Unless if you played a game of Traction, because then you would have had to take a cold shower because you idiots shut off the hot water.
We do contrast. Do hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold.
You're all stupid. Turn the hot water back on, okay? I want to go work out, and I need to shower there because I don't have an extra hour to go home, shower, and then come downtown. I don't have that time. Turn the hot water on. What are you doing?
Listen, you're gonna have to talk to Eddie about that. I care about your health and I care about your recovery. So my vote is to keep it cold, and I think your body needs to get used to that. We've got a cold tub downstairs you can go hop into as well.
No, I'm not interested in that. I want to take a hot shower. I hate being cold. I don't want to be cold.
We'll see what we can do.
Tell people about Henry.
Go to henryhomes.site, and you can check out some of the amazing homes my guy Henry has done. It's not only custom homes. If you're looking for a custom home, you need to give Henry a call and go check him out online as well. We're going to give you a cell phone number here shortly. Oh, here it is, 225-892-5128. Just give him a call, shoot him a text.
Text him right now.
If you want a custom home, text 225-892-5128. But it's not just custom homes. Renovation, remodeling, roofs, decks, outdoor kitchens, patios, whatever. My man Henry gets it done. HenryHomes.site. You can check out some of his beautiful work.
I
You love the dollhouse video.
I do love it.
Yep.
Well, because if you're not watching, it's a 360 camera, so like you could just tap on any room, and you go in there, and you can like look. There's the garage. You can just walk around. Blue, blue, blue. Oh, look, there's a door. Let's go in that room.
Do you feel like you're playing a video game a little bit?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I love it. I really do love this. I love the dollhouse view where you can just kind of pick any room of the house, and you can just walk through. You tap a doorway, and it brings you into that room of the house. You can see the whole house with this 360 camera. I love it very, very much. So go check it out, henryhomes.site, henryhomes.site. You need to build a home? Call Henry. All right. Shout out to Roto-Rooter again as well.
Oh, yeah.
For Kick Rocks.
For whatever reason, we had some plumbing lines crossed over at Traction. And it became an issue last week.
Can Roto-Rooter turn on the hot water?
Yes, they can.
Well, then please tell them to do that.
Okay, we'll get with Roto and see what that's gonna.
Yeah.
See what that's.
How about we do
cost. Yeah. Anyway, they came out and fixed the lines.
I saw the Vice President's motorcade last night in Baton Rouge. Check this out. I was sitting at the Highland exit ramp of I-10, and I'm exiting I-10, right? And there's a police officer on his motorbike with the lights flashing on the right, on the ramp. And I'm like, what is this all about? And then I get down, and the light's green, and they're not letting cars go. And then they let a few go, and then I'm the last one. I'm stopped. You can see I'm the first one here stopped.
Where are you?
And I'm exiting Highland Road, I-10 at Highland.
Okay.
Okay? So, like, about to make a left, and Blue Bayou's over there on the right. And all of a sudden, I'm looking around, and there's police bikes in the street, to my right, everywhere I look. And I was on the phone with a friend. He goes, yeah, because Pence is in town. He's at a thing for Risponi at the Country Club of Louisiana. I was like, oh, okay. So anyway, I got to see the Vice President's motorcade come through. That was kind of cool, man. I've seen motorcades a few times in my life. That one, like this was, I think every squad car in Baton Rouge was assigned to this. Every bike, motorcycle officer was there. I mean, it was like an impressive display of force here. Now, I had to sit at this exit for 20 minutes while we waited on this thing to come through. But nonetheless, still kind of cool to see.
Did you figure out what vehicle he was in?
Well, I don't think so because there's several SUVs. So there's a lot of cop cars and motorcycles and then several SUVs. So you're not supposed to be able to tell which one he's in.
I think if you really wanted to be sneaky, you'd dress him up in the police officer outfit and put him on one of the bikes. Let him ride one of the bikes. Nobody would have a clue. What if that was the case, dude? Huh?
So stupid.
You got Vice President Pence out there just stopping traffic. All right, everybody come through. That'd be so good.
we got the VP coming through.
Yep.
Hey, you look a lot like Vice President Pence. Nope, not me. Nothing to see here. Move along. Move along. Okay, game. We're going to do Ask Us. So if you're watching us live on Facebook Live, we'll get to your questions here shortly. So please line them up. We'll get to Ask Us to wrap up. Game 6 of the World Series tonight. Give me a thought.
Oh, man, boy, I was so disappointed that Scherzer didn't go.
Sorry. That's loud. Sorry.
That Scherzer didn't go the other night because I had Washington winning that game. I think now at this point
you were so wrong.
I know. Well, I mean the guy didn't pitch. He's one of the best pitchers in the world. I think the Astros take it tonight. I think it's Houston in 6. And I'm excited. I'm like you. I'm excited about it because of Will and because of Alex. By the way, Will Harris has been dominating.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was talked about the other night how he was probably shut down because he'd pitched 3 days in a row and just absolutely carved up the opponent. So I got Astros tonight in 6, and at this point, Matt, I think we start talking about dynasties, man. I mean, you talk about what Golden State's done, and And, I think Houston's right up there with them, and then set up for the next couple years at least, to have those guys.
So in the 2019 postseason, Will Harris has appeared in 10 games. He's pitched 9 innings, give up 5 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts. He's got a save, 6 holds. He's got a whip of .67 and an ERA of 0.
Yeah.
Doesn't stink.
No. I mean, he's done great. Done great. And super excited for Will. Shout out Traction. And St. Jude, by the way. His kids go to St. Jude.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. That. All right. We do ask Ryan here, or ask us to wrap up. Pretty excited about that. So if you got questions, get them in. Lots of ways you can get your question. Not lots of ways, actually. Just post them on the Facebook post there. We'll get to them. First one today, Ryan, what do you think about the Cubs hiring David Ross?
I thought it was a lazy hire.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I thought it was a lazy hire. I thought it was the easy hire. And I love David Ross. I've done a ton for that organization. I know he's respected amongst the players. But dude, I mean, you're at a point right now where it's sink or swim for Chicago, in my opinion. And there was some capable managers out there, some guys that have won games and won championships that were just kind of sitting in the balance waiting. It's not that I don't think he's a good guy or that I don't think he's going to do a good job. I just feel like it was a lazy hire.
How do you feel about David Ross, Boone, like a lot of young former player, Cora, getting gigs at managerial gigs here at a young age? Because it used to be you go do like the Ryan Sandberg angle, right? You go grind away in the minors,
right,
ride buses until you got your promotion through an organization.
Well, it's just like it's what the minor leagues are for. I mean, players go to the minor leagues to see if they can cut it in the major leagues, and then you'll have your certain few Ben McDonald and Bryce Harpers of the world that go straight, to the show. I don't know if Harper did. He might have. Anyway, regardless, he didn't spend a long time in the minor leagues at all. I think that's probably the correct path. I mean, these guys we need to see how they manage a game, and you need to see how decision-making process under pressure, because I've been on teams where it's great baseball minds, but then when it turns into win or lose decision on to take a guy out. One of my favorite baseball guys of all time, in Dusty Baker, continuously got better and better throughout his career, but you would see sometimes early on where it was like, man, why is this guy in, or why wouldn't that guy be pitching, or most of the time it's offensively. Or defensively, pitching-wise. I just think that's the right route.
Andrew Baer asked Ryan, if NOLA had a Major League Baseball team, how often would boobs be shown?
Yeah, I think if they had a team, you'd probably go to the game with a ton of Mardi Gras beads, and you just throw beads at girls.
This guy said, Matt, sounds like a poorly made karate movie when I was doing my strike threes. Ask Ryan, was Auburn's player injury flop the worst you've ever seen?
Yeah, it was bad. No, there was a couple of them. The one by Deculus was horrible. And they got to do something about that, man. Golly.
So here's the tricky part. And I agree with you, but here's the tricky part. What if a player's really hurt? And there's such a focus on player safety. Can you penalize a team for having a player hurt? What I think you do is retroactively, like what happened with the kid from Auburn. If you drop like that, you lose a timeout in the next game.
Yeah, you got to, I guess, after the game, look at the game film. Maybe the other team turns you in for doing it.
That's an obvious one. If that happens, you start the next game short of timeout.
I like it. Something's got to happen, because that was bad. It was ridiculous.
Ask Ryan, do you have a guest picker lined up for this week, even though there's a bye?
No, I don't.
Maybe your guy from last week could show up. Esteban Esteves, ask us, when the Astros win tonight, who's the MVP? That's a good question.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Probably Altuve.
There's not a very obvious answer. I think it's probably whoever
or
comes
Verlander. He gets no, not Verlander. He lost. Altuve. Could be a big hit guy. You know what? Robinson Chirinos would probably be my front runner. He's got 2 homers.
Irfan Sayad ask us, Matt, does your sweep prediction still count even though the Astros started 2 games in the hole? I think it should. I agree with you, Irfan. I think it should. I said the Astros would win 4 in a row. They're going to win 4 in a row. It's not dumb.
That is dumb. They lost the first 2 games.
Doesn't matter.
Therefore, it's not a sweep.
4 in a row. Ask us, do the Saints make a move before the deadline? I'm going to say no. It's today.
If they did, what would they be looking for?
Wide receiver or tight end? Gary Burkett asked us, will Urban Meyer be the next coach at Notre Dame?
Seems about right.
No, that's the stupidest thing ever. Why would you go coach at Notre Dame?
Isn't he going to USC? I heard that.
If he coaches again,
Yeah.
he should go to USC before he goes to Notre Dame. But I know he's Catholic, and he was an assistant at Notre Dame and loves Notre Dame, and he's named after a pope and all that stuff, but I wouldn't go take that job. Should they have fired Madden or Theo?
Should they have fired, say it again?
Madden or Theo? I guess that's an either or.
Yeah. I think Theo hired David Ross because Theo's going to do whatever David Ross is going to do whatever Theo says.
How long did Bregman spend in the minors?
Not long.
Half a season.
Yeah.
He played rookie ball, and then he spent half a season.
He flew.
He was crushing it in Double-A in Corpus, and then went to Fresno and Triple-A. That's when he was still coming on the show every week. And then he got his call up in July.
Because of you.
Oh, we gave him tons of karma, but it's obviously carried over. So, ask us, how have we not talked about the coldest Crawford yet?
Yeah, that was definitely on the rundown.
Yeah, we didn't even get to it because we started talking about nipples and the girls exposing themselves at the World Series game. We just forgot to talk about it. You got a thought on the coldest?
Yeah, I mean we're gonna be able to talk about this for a long time.
Yep.
It's gonna be good.
Maybe Friday we'll do that.
Yeah.
Andrew Bienvenu asked us, are y'all happy Notre Dame got blasted on Saturday? I am because I played Michigan in the game. I won money.
I think my hate for Michigan and Jim Harbaugh is probably greater than my hate for Notre Dame. So I wasn't too happy about it.
Ask us, is Bama a 2-loss team if they rush Tua into the LSU game? No.
I think it depends on what he looks like. I mean, look, they could be a 2-loss team anyway. This Auburn defense is loaded. I just don't know if Auburn can score.
Jake Lopez asked Ryan, where do you rank Verlander all time?
I mean, he's a Hall of Fame pitcher. You know, his postseason record's not great, but he's done it for long enough. You know, and the tricky part about that is if you stay healthy and you just put up consistent numbers and pitch long enough, your stats are going to be there, to get the nod for Hall of Fame. I mean, Verlander's been dominating for a long time. His velocity is actually higher now than it was 2 or 3 years ago. Heck of a pitcher.
Brett McGrew asked us, do you believe the article that was written about Alabama not needing to win the LSU game to make it to the playoffs? It's a scenario that's already unfolded once before. Alabama lost 2 years ago. They lost to Auburn. Auburn went to the SEC championship game, lost to Georgia. Georgia got in, Bama got in. So there's a scenario that could unfold for that, sure. I think it could work for LSU also. LSU could lose to Bama and still get in. Chris Keller asked us, do you think game day should go to Minnesota? Yes.
No.
Ask us, Ryan, would you accept a major league hitting coach job?
It's I'm not going to say I've turned it down, but there's been some opportunity, I guess, maybe the last 3 or 4 years to get involved and probably take that path. I would want to coach in college, I think. High school or college.
Randy, ask us, does LSU keep the wide receiver Booty? Sure, yep. Why would you leave?
Who is that? I don't even know who that is.
Kayshawn Booty, number 1 player in Louisiana. Eli Bro, ask us, Matt, do you post your bet picks online? No, we talk about them sometimes. A lot of times I just bet whenever I feel like it. But, dude, I'm riding an amazing heater. I won last night. Had the Dolphins plus 14. Matthew Holmes. Matt, how much do you bet on these games? I have been crushing it, Matthew.
He bets like $5.
It depends. I start the season with a certain amount in my account, and I'll never put more in. So that's it. Once that's gone, it's gone. So if I start losing, I make smaller bets. Ask us, is Bregman the AL MVP? Is he the greatest LSU player ever?
Man, it's. I don't think he wins the MVP. We've already talked about that. and it is trending that way as far as greatest LSU players ever. That's for sure. I mean, offensively, no doubt about it at this point. I mean, Albert Bell had a couple 40-homer years, maybe a couple 50-homer years, but didn't play the defense like Bregman does. So, yeah, man, I mean, we're watching something special.
Shout out to Henry Homes. Thanks to Paul O'Neill. HenryHomes.site, HenryHomes.site. You're building a home? Let Henry build a home for you. HenryHomes.site. Right podcast.
Yeah, it's good. Good one today, man. Good job.
Yeah. See you next time. Bye.